Mr. Olympia. To our winner tonight.
I said I'm not going to do any promos, nothing, until I own it. I placed third in my first Mr. Olympia contest in 2008. Upon that night, I realized it's possible. I just want to be Mr. Olympia. That's my dream. He's saying it to myself. So I'm going to win the show.
He's a 7-time Mr. Olympia. We're talking about one of the greatest athletes of all time in any sport, not just bodybuilding. Very, very rarely does somebody keep winning over and over and over again. That's 7 times in a row. The level of consistency is crazy. There's a level of competitiveness with Phil that's almost scary.
How competitive are you really? You truly have to know who the hell you are to exude that confidence. Not arrogance, that confidence because you did the work. How disciplined can I be? Because I know in life, that's the only way.
The third place score is Phil Heath.
Man, I placed third. That following year, I'm thinking, well, I'm going to win this damn thing. You know, it's my first time. Like, I got third. I'm about to go ahead and beat these guys.
In 2009, Phil Heath showed up to the Olympia with one goal: winning. He was confident, ready, and had put in the work all year to bring his best package to the stage. But then, the unthinkable happened. The night before the competition, Phil got hit with severe food poisoning. His body started projecting everything, leaving him weak, completely dehydrated.
I just remember having the EMTs come into my room at 5:30 in the morning that Friday. You know, telling me not to compete. I said, you know what? Let me, give me a second. They want me to go to the hospital. I'm not going to the hospital. If I throw it one more time, I'll go.
Even in that condition, he chose to step on stage and fight. But the illness had already taken its toll. He wasn't as full, wasn't as sharp, and it showed. After placing third the year before, he ended up dropping to fourth.
To our finisher, Phil Heath.
And I was really disappointed.
It was a tough break, but instead of letting it crush him, Phil used it as fuel. He wasn't done yet, not even close.
I'm training legs. I just lost 26 pounds. I'm talking about 26 pounds in one day. And competing. While everybody else is, you know, partying at a Saturday, you know, whether they won or lost, you know, they're all having a good time. Except for this, I'm thinking about how I'm gonna get better. So, you know, I'm gonna get my ass up.
Then came 2010, the year Phil Heath proved he was more than just a man. This was the fight for the big place. Phil had been training harder than ever, working with Haney, the mastermind behind the FST7 training system, pushing his body to new limits. And to make things even more intense, he was training alongside Jay Cutler, the reigning Mr. Olympia. Jay already had 3 Sando trophies and was locked in on getting his 4th. When the Olympia finally arrived, the stage was set for an all-out war.
You're 2010 Mr. Olympia champion. Get this. I had just previously got second place in the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic that same year, so 2009 I got fifth, came back 6 months later, got second, thinking I'm back in it, I'm about to go do this, got sponsors, got some extra money in my pocket, I'm motivated, I'm doing promos, I'm telling everybody I'm coming for you, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that.
Phil stood shoulder to shoulder with Jay under the bright lights, both bringing their best physiques yet. Phil would never alone. His muscle density, conditioning, and overall shape were on another level. You could see it. He wasn't just here to compete. He was here to win. But Jay wasn't ready to give up his crown just yet. He was bigger, sharper, and had the experience of a champion. And when the dust settled, Jay held onto his title, winning his 4th Mr. Olympia. Phil, He had made a massive statement. From 5th place the year before to 2nd place now, he was officially the next big thing in bodybuilding. His time was coming, and everyone knew it.
So the following year, I said I'm not going to do any promos, nothing, until I own it.
What was going on with Phil last year? I said about the 2011 still looking at what for Phil Heath. And I'm going to be the first people for Olympia.
Then came 2011, the year Phil Heath took over. The year he finally dethroned the champ and became Mr. Olympia. After coming so close in 2010, Phil locked in like never before. He wasn't just training to compete, he was training to win. This time, he carried himself like a champion before even stepping on stage. No distractions, no hype, just putting in the work day in and day out in complete silence. And when he finally walked onto that Olympia stage, it was game over.
The joking is over. It sounds like the crowd went nuts for Phil Heath tonight.
Somehow, he had leveled up from 2010. His physique was straight up unreal.
Like a year off, 8 off.
Tiny waist, deep cuts, and those insane round muscle bells that made him look like a walking action figure. He had that 3D cartoon-like freak factor that nobody else could match. Meanwhile, Jay Cutler, the four-time champ, was just a little off. Still big, still dangerous, but not quite at his absolute best. And that was all Phil needed. Jay had been like a mentor to him, but now the student officially surpassed the teacher. When the dust settled, Phil Heath was crowned the 2011 Mr. Olympia.
So then, when I won the Olympia, 2011, he said, exhale, close your eyes, and then for some reason, my life flashed before my eyes. It went all the way back to when I was a kid, all the way to the current time in 2011. And it shows every defining moment of my life.
The next name you hear will be the 2011 Mr. Olympia.
He was taken down the top dog, claimed bodybuilding spot in the finals, and proved that his time had finally arrived. A new era had begun.
And now you are the king.
By the time 2012 rolled around, Phil Heath was sitting at the top of the bodybuilding world. He had taken down a legend in Jay Cutler the year before, proving that he was the new king of the sport. But what he didn't realize, a new challenger was rising, someone who was about to push him harder than anyone ever had. That man, Kai Green.
If you and Phil Heath are 100% on game day, who wins?
From the moment prejudging started, it was clear this was a two-man battle, Phil versus Kai. The rest of the lineup, they were just fighting for 3rd place. Phil showed up even sharper than in 2011. He was full, round, and cartoonishly 3D. Every muscle fiber was etched deep into his frame, and his conditioning was flawless. But Kai had leveled up too. This was the best package of his career. His biceps peaked like mountains, his V-taper was razor sharp, and his conditioning was absolutely crisp. He wasn't just here to compete, he was here to win. The two battled pose for pose. The crowd could feel it. This wasn't just another Olympia, this was personal. said and done, Phil Heath was crowned Mr. Olympia for the second time.
It feels pretty good to be king up in here, man. I can't even lie.
What nobody realised that night, this was just the beginning. This was the start of one of the most intense and legendary rivalries in bodybuilding history. Phil was locked in. He knew Kai was coming for him, so he stayed quiet, kept his head down, and worked.
At the end of the day, he can say whatever the hell he wants. I mean, as a big man, he obviously didn't care. All he cared about was winning that third title, creating his legacy right when he did, and crushing everybody's schools, just like that.
When prejudging kicked off, you could see the improvements. Phil had made subtle refinements. His muscle bellies looked even fuller, his conditioning was tighter, and his trademark shape was still untouchable. Kai, on the other hand, had gone for more size to match Phil's density, but in doing so, he lost some of that razor-sharp conditioning that had made him so dangerous in 2012, and at this level, that was a mistake. When it came down to mandatory poses, Phil's crisp detail and muscle separation gave him the clear advantage. He simply outclassed Kai, and just like that, Phil Heath walked away with his third sack.
Folks, in Olympia tradition, the next thing you hear will be your 2013 Mr. Olympia gold medal, the Standout Award, and the title of 2013 Mr. Olympia. Three-time Mr. Olympia,
Olympia for the fourth time.
They will take all that and the title of 2014 Mr. Olympia. Is four-time Mr. Olympia.
At this point, his place in history is undeniable. Phil was obsessed with total Olympia dominance. His goal, win as many Olympias as possible. But then, the bodybuilding world was shocked. Kai Green announced he wouldn't even beat him in 2015 Olympics. The reason, unclear. Olympia title.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next name you hear will be your 2015 Mr. Olympia. Please take the standout trophy and the title of 2015 Mr. Olympia. Five-time champion,
In 2016, a new name entered the conversation, Sean Roden. Sean had been a top competitor for years, but this time he brought a new level of conditioning and symmetry. He was now the closest anyone had ever been to taking down Phil Heath. But close doesn't win titles. Phil was still Phil, too dense, too full, too complete. Sean looked incredible, but he wasn't sharp enough to take out the champ. And once again, Phil Heath was crowned Mr. Olympia. 6 titles, unstoppable.
next name you hear will be your 2016 Mr. Olympia. And the title of 2016 Mr. Olympia. The 6-time Mr. Olympia.
There it is.
Look good.
Phil Heath makes it 6 in a row. Historian Yates.
Deservedly 6-time Mr. Olympia. And I don't think anybody would have a problem.
By 2017, Phil Heath was still the best in the world. But now, he was at a point where any weakness would be magnified. And for the first time, he showed one. His midsection had become an issue. It was noticeably off, more glaring than ever before. But despite that, Phil did what he always did. He brought an overall package strong enough to hold on to the title. His biggest challenge? Big Ronnie. Ronnie had finally brought a complete, conditioned Olympia-worthy package. His size was unmatched, and his presence on stage was undeniable. But Phil's muscle detail, density, and deep separation still gave him the edge. And when the final call was made, Phil Heath was crowned Mr. Olympia for the 7th time. That win tied him with the GOAT, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
The standout and the title of 2017 Mr. Olympia.
The greatest bodybuilder on the planet. The recipients of the 2017 iconic standout trophy. The 7th time.
Seven sat-down trophies, one of the most genetically gifted, hardest